Hi, my name's Rochefort. I'm a student currently at Leeds, and I've been thinking of some ways that I can use the isolation time to do some of the recipes that we didn't have time to do last term. And one of the ones that I wanted to try out was sauerkraut. We had a lovely lady called Lauren Lovett that came in and showed us how to do lots of ferments, and I thought that was great because, in this time actually, lots of people are worried about money, or you're worried about how to use all your vegetables. And fermenting is a really great way to do that. So I've decided to start my fermenting journey with a really simple sauerkraut. So something, not too many ingredients. We've got just 1 head of cabbage, which has been chopped up. We've got 2 tablespoons of just normal sea salt. And we've got 1 tablespoon of caraway seeds. So you really don't need much for this recipe. So I'm gonna also have with me a large sterilised jar just to put the sauerkraut into. So yeah, and I'm gonna show you guys how to make it. So the first thing we're gonna do is get our sea salt, and we're just gonna sprinkle it over the sauerkraut, well, the cabbage. It's not sauerkraut yet. And then the idea is just to massage. So this is gonna take 5 to 10 minutes, so I'm not gonna film the entire thing because I'll probably get quite bored. So yeah, just keep massaging it with your hands like this, sort of pressing it down and turning it over, and we'll see what happens in 5 to 10 minutes. So now we have massaged our cabbage for around 5 minutes, and then I left it to rest as per the recipe for 10 minutes just to release a little bit more water. So I don't know if you can see, but in there we've got a nice amount of brine to cover our cabbage and create the sauerkraut. So I'm going to add our flavourings now. So I'm literally just using caraway seeds, which is a really classic flavouring for sauerkraut. So I'm just going to mix that in nicely with my hands. And then it's time to get it into the jar. So I've got a large sterilised jar here. So you could use any jar you want. Obviously it's got to be big enough for all of the cabbage. And I'm literally just going to put it in. And then each time I put some in, I'm going to press it down nicely with my fist, just to make sure that I'm getting the maximum amount of water out of the cabbage, and it's nice and compacted. So come back to me in a few minutes and I will show you the rest. So I put all of my sauerkraut into the jar, and then I've just used my clean fist to press it down like this. And what we just need to achieve here is a nice layer of brine above the cabbage surface. I don't know if you can see that the cabbage ends sort of here, and then you've got a nice sort of centimetre or so of brine. So yeah, there we go. We've got that sort of ready to go into a cool and kind of out of direct sunlight place for about 4 to 10 days. So I'm just going to close the lid on that. And then I'm going to check it daily, see how it's getting on, and I'll update you and tell you how it's all going. Hopefully we should see some fermentation over the next few days, but after about 10 days, it should be ready to eat. Depends on how pickled you like it, but it should be absolutely delicious and really good for your gut as well. So excellent all round.